Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I wanted to hide when I heard all those titles after reading Bradley's book. But let me tell you why. So, thank you for that lovely introduction. And I also can call myself a bookworm. I've read over 250 books, I think almost. And fortunately, this one was an e-book. Because my kids tell me either bring more books home and keep the books, or please you move out. You know, because there's so many books at home. But this one was definitely a pleasure to read, and Bradley, I learned so much. Having said that, I have a confession to make. Now, Bradley gave me this book which was 131 pages. You know, we all get busy, right? And so I was thinking, now what do? I have to do this review. And then I did something that I was not supposed to do. I guess we all do that, right? On and off. So it's okay. I used ChatGPT, right? I started uploading the chapters and said, give me the takeaways. And I'm so glad that I actually read the book, because what I got from ChatGPT and reading the book was totally different. So I speed read the book in 3 days. I think we have an expert here who does speed reading. This is Sanjeev Jared. You can speak to him. And these are my takeaways. So I actually read the book, and I'm so glad I did. Pear-Wise, as I look at it, the second edition of AWAKEN, and I was one of those privileged to read these books. Because out of the 250 books I have read, you get books of explicit and tacit knowledge, stored knowledge, theories, concepts, and also, yes, books written with experience. But I think this book carries something called infinite knowledge, aka, because I have that generation at home, also known as wisdom. So, I don't want to, you ruin a movie. You tell the story before somebody watches a movie. I don't want to do that, right? I'm just going to give you a bit of the review, because I really want you to read the book. So I won't spoil the whole thing for you. 14 pearls given to you in this wonderful book, coming from a coach, a mentor, a father, a friend, an entrepreneur, and most of all, a man who leads with the heart. And Bradley, thank you so much. He's somebody who introduced me to executive coaching, which has helped me immensely. And when he asked me that I can do the review, I said, you're one person I can never say no to. So thank you. So we all know there are 3 ways we can learn. Of course, one is from somebody else's life, from what somebody has written, and also from your own mistakes. So I hope we will take this opportunity to grab this book and learn from the wisdom that this book carries. So coming back to the book, the first pearl starts off with a question. Are you brave enough to find out who you really are? In our relentless pursuit to prove ourselves to others, we've lost something far more valuable, our connection to our authentic presence. Next, reading on, I read about the comparison trap and the identity assassination. You know, during COVID, I did a lot of free counseling because people had lost their jobs. And when you ask people, who are you? They struggle to answer because their title high titles had been stripped down. Did they carry something valuable? Yes, they did. But they struggled so much. How workplace traditions can stifle creativity. Being an HR professional, I can tell you that is something that is a very big problem. And starting from schools that kill creativity. We are born with this incredible gift of consciousness, creativity, and choice. We are born with a blank slate called tabula rasa. What happens to that? What happens? What kills our creativity? This book carries insightful examples of how traditions and experience can hinder and foster innovation and creativity. Then it goes on to speak about the performance paradox. It speaks volumes on why profits alone don't guarantee success to an organization. We always talk about the triple bottom line: profit, people, planet. But we know that organizations that put profit first sometimes don't get the very success that you do put people and planet first. As a HR professional, I know that in performance, we look at what you call KSA, knowledge, skill, and attitude. But we miss the internal and external environmental factors. Being somebody who has actually drawn up the holistic performance module, you do understand the importance of it. Going on to read, I always tell people, when you have a problem, don't run to the phone, run to the throne. And Bradley Pear-Wise beautifully emphasizes its importance. The next time you feel the familiar tug of powerlessness, resist the urge to look outside for solutions. Instead, actively turn your attention inward. Recognize the feeling, but don't let it define you. Remind yourself that the real throne, the seat of true influence, isn't out there, it's within you. I think Mariah Carey sang it best. The hero lies in you. The next one is the political parallel, the betrayal of public trust. I reserve my comments on this and I'll let you read it. I also read about cultivating a culture of ethical courage. If you consider yourself a leader, you need to read this book. The Stand Up, Don't Suck Up philosophy. Also, it talks about overcoming limitations, a big one. Albert Bandura's concept of self-respect. I marked it as page 62 because that was very interesting from a psychology perspective. From the to-do list to be list, I call it procedural knowledge. If some of you are familiar with love bombing, gaslighting, and the blame game, if you've been in a relationship with somebody with NPD, or you work for somebody who has this personality disorder, I think you know exactly. I can see some of you smiling in the audience. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Self-awareness pearl. Self-awareness is power. At the age of 49, I'm still learning about myself. And it's a journey and a discovery. The outer dance, what I really want you to understand is this. Your inner triggers and the external triggers others use on you are not separate things. They are interconnected part of the same system. I recently put a quote on FB saying, everything in life doesn't need a learn to sit and observe. But sometimes when we don't identify triggers, it's not really easy not to react. So identifying those triggers, internal and external, will really help you not react or react in the correct way. So my final thoughts, and it's quoted from the book. As you embark on a journey and consciously read Pear-Wise, may you be reminded that the most valuable pearls are not found, they are formed. What you hold in your hand is not a book, but a mirror, and in a world trying to shape you, the most radical act is remaining authentically, courageously you. Congratulations, as you own this masterpiece, because guaranteed it will change your life. Thank you.